which is facing us now is security, which we need to address. Because even for you to have a stable economy, there has to be that security of lives and property. How will your party, or what is the party's philosophy towards addressing security?
We will account for every square meter of Nigeria. We will expand, and in doing that, we will expand or recruit more security agencies. Emphasis with law enforcement than on defense. Because the police needs to be expanded, literally multiplied.
What do you think, Cousin?
Well, let me answer this question.
Yes, I'm just trying to.
Listen, Nigerians are our bosses.
Yeah.
And when they want to know, we should let them know.
Indeed. Yeah. I just want you to expatiate a bit more on it, because when you say you will recruit, you just be mindful of the fact that in 2015, Nigerians heard these same promises and elected a new government.
I'll give you
what I want to know is, what do you know has stood in the way of police recruitment, in the police recruitment process, even into the military, even into all of the security agencies? What has stood in the way? What has been the biggest obstacle? And what are you hoping to do differently?
You are speaking about two completely different people with different motives, different histories, different focus in life. Speaking for myself, I have never done, will never do what I will never say what I don't intend to do.
Okay.
It's politics that I'm in. By creation, I'm not really a politician. But because I say what is wrong with Nigeria in Nigeria, then I have to wake up and live up to it and get into politics. Everything I said about poor state of education, I got myself invested in education. The same thing with His Excellency Governor Peter Obi. He was a businessman, he was a banker, dissatisfied with how Nigeria was going, and he came into politics. Now, if you're looking at 2015, you're looking at a completely different world dynamics. Somebody who lost power to his colleagues, that felt he was incompetent and wanted to jump back to power by all means. You're talking about, like my friend, let me finish, like my friend who called from Lagos, cult followership. The moment you find people that cannot per se reason, you keep them with that incapacity to reason and continue to misuse them. We in the Labour Party are giving out enlightenment. Think before you do anything. Open your hearts, open your minds, and realize what Nigeria is and what politics is about. So we are completely different. Do not even put us in that kind of what happened in 2015 was a mistake. It was a tragedy. What we keep saying is that never allow yourselves to be deceived. Being deceived once, we can have sympathy for you. Being deceived again is your fault. Your fault as an individual, your fault as a community, your fault as a nation. Let me come back to answer your question on security.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to...
Let me just answer.
Let me just
want to know this.
What you seem to be saying is that there was no intention of doing anything different by the police, by the administration, by this current administration. Is that what you're insinuating?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Okay. Not just insinuating. That is what I'm saying. Because the office of the President Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria, is technically one of the most powerful offices in the entire world. Remove the monarchs.
Okay, so talk about what you will do differently now.
Hold on. In the Middle East. Failing to deliver on campaign promises says that you came without intention to fulfill those promises. Now, to answer your question on insecurity, recruitment, training, welfare, intelligence, and networking. These are what you're going to work for. And the combination of all these things, we will use to account for every square meter of Nigeria, be it Sambisa, be it 7 local governments in Kaduna, be it 4 local governments in United States, be it 7 local governments in Zamfara, or everywhere in Nigeria. You will never come out and attack any place of worship and escape into thin air. It will never happen. You will never come and liberate people and escape into thin air. We will account for every square meter of Nigeria. We know who is there. We know what is going on there. Okay. Anything that goes wrong, okay, we will fish out and make sure it never happens again.
But one thing down, but about what you said in terms of what you will do.
Yes.
When you say funding,
yes,
at the moment, trillions going to army, security, as it were. When you say recruitment, the several directives on the president to increase the capacity of the police to recruit, there was a specific case of 6,000 policemen. So some of what you said you will do is already being done. Yet, we'll have these challenges. How will this achieve contrary results?
No, some of the things we said we'll do are not being done.
Like which one?
I disagree with you.
Like which one?
Like the procurement, like the funding.
Yeah.
Let me say it. We are coming from the background where we extract maximum benefits at minimal cost. So the money that you hear this spent now, doing very little, we will spend that money and get the very best result in terms of defense equipment, security gadgets, technology, all the way down to trickle to the food that and to the uniform that they wear at the front line. The food and their medical care at the front line. We are that meticulous that nobody will water down the quality because they're making money out of the system. That will not happen. Then the recruitment. The moment you lose the respect of your followers for reasons bordering on they think you are benefiting unduly, you and your family and friends and cronies are benefiting all around you, it will trickle down so quickly.
Is that what is happening?
That is what is happening.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Because the lifestyle of people who were before coming into government dramatically changed. These are people who, when they come to Abuja, they had to go begging for how to go back to Kaduna. Overnight, they are multi-billionaires. I don't care how much you have by my nature. What we worry about is how you made it. If you made it at the expense of Nigerian security, then we have a problem with you.
Okay, what do you think, again, if you want to refer it as a party's philosophy, that's fine.
Yes.
Concerning security votes to state governors, as it were.
Yes.
What should be done with it? Should it stay or go?
It should be monitored. Security is important. The decisions governors or anybody for that matter in an executive office takes, they are very delicate, very, very difficult decisions to make. Some of them really, really are hard to back up. But there is no right for anyone to pocket security funds or security votes. No rights whatsoever. So, and that is why you need people with scruples, people who have been comfortable, people who are not seeking to go into government, change their lives. We've been saying we're not coming into government, we're not looking for money in government. We're looking to run a government in money. Excellency Peter, when you look at it, does not have that kind of clout, jobless, and the only way they'll make a living is from his presidency. He doesn't have it. I don't have it. Okay? He was a very successful businessman.
Okay, well, when did I say that?
Now, very lean structure.
Okay.
So there is no demand on him.
I know there was many opportunities.
When you bring in a leader, okay, that was, so to say, thrown out of government and has not had any trade or business or discipline that he can fall back to, with an army of hangers on, and they are coming into power. These are people who, before 2015, have, perfected the act of extracting money from politicians and misusing party contributions. But when they get to the presidency, what will happen? Disaster will happen.
Okay, we're trying to understand that point still. But are you suggesting you make some political offices part-time?
No. No.
Okay.
This is not a question you're asking. You're just dropping this comment now.
No. We're trying to understand your point. What you're saying, that some of them try to extract certain funds from government. These are people who did not have any livelihood. So if they were to get the livelihood, should they make it part-time so they can focus on something? That's what we're asking.
I am making a clear-cut difference between what you have today and between what you may have coming into rescue Nigeria.
Okay, just one more thing before we go. When you say that security votes will be monitored, it's a federal system. Is the federal government going to monitor security votes for state governors? How?
No, the Nigerian constitution is very clear. The states are mentioned in the constitution as a tier of government. Within their own systems, they have the state legislature with committees on state security. They have office of the auditor general of the state. Within those systems, you see, one thing about politics is that it is the people who run their government. If every element, if every person succumbs cheating the system, then you're going to have the kind of situation we have now. There must be good people. Democracy is meant to be operated by good people. Democracy is meant for good people, not those who, whatever you do, will exploit it.
That's why
This is the time in Nigeria.
That's why our checks and balances, because they expect that people will abuse certain things. So isn't that why the systems are there?
That is why we need the good elements to overpower the bad elements.
All right. There were several times an opportunity to highlight and shed a lot more light on some of what you heard. If you'd like to hear a lot more, but we have to thank you, Mr. Datti Ahmed, for coming out. He's the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Thank you, and all the best.
My pleasure.
All right, so we'll talk today, girls. We have talking about some expectations from